Good evening, everybody. This is the round of 8 summer co-op blackout bingo race between Headless Chocobros and NUKE Kids on the Block. I am DM Stewart 1981. Alongside me in the booth tonight is Mecklin89er. How we doing tonight, Mecklin?
Doing pretty good. Looking forward to another exciting co-op bingo matchup.
Is this a race 1 or a race 2?
This is game 2.
So who won the first race?
I believe that would have been NUKE Kids. I'll have to check the race results here as well.
While you're doing that, I'll go through and talk about some of these tiles, some of these bingo tiles.
It was NUKE Kids, just to confirm.
Awesome. Every room on carry 1, we see that a lot. We are off. And that looks like Vanilla Corneria Castle.
Ooh,
Harm 4 Cure for Life at level 1.
Yeah, that's very
nice. That'll make it easy to get a level 1 spell in.
Oh, that's going to be needed considering we have Rubbed and Confused as our only quote-unquote damaging spells in the black magic. I saw a katana, a neutral katana, but we have a katana. We also do have an ice helm in the inventory, but if I remember right, the level 1 spells are not buffed. So
my mistake, that's Elf Castle, not Corneria Castle.
Oh, okay, that's okay then. Cabins for sale along with the softs and the pures in Canaria. Oh, we do have an Ice 2 axe as well. So okay, so that's something for the Black Mage to do. Black Mage, Red Mage.
That is at least something.
Yeah. Looks like we have a traditional. Well, I can't quite tell what Shum's third sprite is, but it looks like we've got Thief Knight and a Black Mage, and then Luffy has a White Mage. It does say white, so I'm going with that as a White Mage. Our Chocobros looks like we took Red Mages instead of White Mages, though.
That is a bonk. That is a bonk party at Temple of Fiends. And that is a Lupa land at Provoca.
Yeah, it's very nice to get all of our magic real early if we want.
Ice Cave at Dwarves. We also have Earth Cave at Matoya. And it looks like Thanar might be going to do that walk the Hall of Giants.
Well, maybe. We've got Gersharks and Wissahags, so this could be a trying Hall of Giants. 4 Hydrants as well. Ooh, I don't know that we're going to be making it through this very well.
Yeah, that's a come back and do it later.
Valid attempt, though.
Luffy's going to go find the same thing.
Also, no, the Gershark Wisahag is not a terrible grind, and neither are the R-Hydras, so...
4 Hydrants is a good grind.
Yeah, and especially if we find some... We nuke our ice magic, the harm 4, like that's gonna make those go down pretty quickly. It's not like a ton of experience like the Agamas would be, but it's still decent enough.
That is an ice armor +2 in one of the Earth Cave chests.
And we reset out of that really fast too, so I'm wondering if we're gonna end up going back for that.
I do not agree with resetting out of that. And that's Cardia treasure at the place, Northwest Castle. Ooh, steak! Steak in a box. And as I recall, that box happens to have an opal bracelet in it. Opal +4. From seeing someone hit it someone hit it earlier. And that's C at
I didn't quite catch where we were at there.
I think that's
Okay.
Marsh.
So, no areas with actual incentive items just yet. We have 3 loose out there in the wild somewhere. Potentially looking like we're going to be doing sea and earth dives to find our items.
Yeah, that could be it. That could be the answer.
Because we only have Elfland and Elfland Castle left for entrances early here. We do have Bridge to Lefane turned on, but our bridge is loose as well. It's in the item pool, so they will have to find that bridge to get to the Lefane entrance.
There's a Provoca. There's a Provoca at Elfland, so that's going to be some sort of an incentive item sitting at Bicky.
Yeah, we have the means to take that out pretty quickly.
Maybe. Yes. We might have gotten turn ordered. And that's going to turn into an herb.
Well, that's a trip back to the Canary Castle entrance. I'm going to assume that we're going to end up getting a canoe from that, unless we find canal and ship loose in these other dungeons.
And that's a floater. That's a floater in sea, so we could get a ship.
Yeah, that could be something. Early airboat. Zap hammer in the bottom left room there on Earth 1 for Luffy.
Yeah. Well, to respond to Dark Moon in chat, it's not a problem until a ship comes up.
I can understand why not wanting to dive into sea at level 1, but also with loose items and there not being many other entrances that are viable, it feels like that's where we're going to be finding something. It has a more chest dense area than Earth Cave. But we do have a Sky Palace down here at Elfland Castle.
Yes.
Now we can only do the Mirage Tower portions, but that's still about 18 chests, I believe, that we can knock out real quick for potential loose items, and we're choosing to avoid that as well.
Yes, I believe that is 18. I believe that is 18. Now, here's the only issue with what Franklin's doing right now. The tile doesn't say or Elfland to Corneria. You have to go from Corneria to Elfland. That's a canoe.
All right. Looks like we'll be venturing our way over to Volcano Ice Crescent area here pretty soon, I imagine.
Now, see, what I would do as Franklin right now is clear that walk from Corneria to Elfland tile.
Looks like that's what we're doing. Maybe. Maybe not.
Or not. Oh, gonna look at that Earth now. Now with a couple of levels. And
Like
looks like he's going to go up and get that ice armor.
Yeah. So something to note, I saw at least on Luffy's side, I'm assuming that Shum is doing the same thing right now, filling up inventory full of weapons and armor, so that whenever they come across one of the many marked boxes that we have, they can see what's inside of it without having to take on the enemy itself. It's very, very nice strategy. Can save you an immense amount of time on boxes that you just don't want the contents of.
Yes, and can also save you a whole lot of fuss in a lot of fights.
Yes. They are the allocated formations, which means they can be any of the A or B side encounters that exist inside the game's memory. So could find something pretty easy or something pretty dangerous.
Like that 3 zombie D tile. Or the 3 zombie D fight. That is not easy. So, some of these tiles. We've got a Brack and a Kraken. We've got to crash our airship into a town. We've got to, when we get to Garland, we've got to punch him out. That is one of my favorite tiles. And there's that canoe on the NUKE kids side, and Shum is doing exactly that and walking back to Corneria. They're walking back to Elfland.
We didn't get to really talk about the magic that we had seen earlier, but Life 2 and X for their level 2 magic. Very nice to find.
That's good to find. Lit 2, Fire 2, Fire 3, and Cake. Is Cake required?
I didn't see it. I could have overlooked it, though.
No. No Cake required, just Brack.
Okay.
We must Brack and a Kraken.
What is dull parts?
Great question from Knitting Ram in chat.
So dull parts is defeat a fiend wearing only wood armor. So that means the only piece of equipment that you're allowed to have equipped is a piece of wooden armor. And you must defeat a fiend wearing that. More likely than not, they're going to be taking out Lich with that tile. But I have seen runners do other tiles, like combining it with the defeat Kraken with Brack.
Yeah, I could see combining that with Brack and a Kraken.
Yeah, specifically only the wooden armor that you are allowed to have equipped. Nothing, no other piece of gear on any player, and you can have wood armor on any of your 4 runners if you want. It's just nothing above the wooden tier armor.
Now here's a thought. The doll parts bingo tile alongside a class blessing of wood set plus evade.
That would be nice, but it's on the black belt, so we're not going to be seeing that one today.
We're not going to be seeing that one We're not going to be seeing that one today because the best melee is, of course, not available.
Fade and heal 3 at level 3 magic.
Ooh. Also, walk from Corneria around the Inner Sea back to Corneria, so the Corneria Grand Tour. Which is a good combination with the Corneria to Elfland without saving. Ice 3 at level 3, also Quad X. And here's Bane at level 4, Warp at level 4.
Looks like we're stopping at level 4 magic. Oh, maybe. Oh no, we're gonna go back for more Bane, maybe? Something. Yeah, it makes sense to only do level 1 through 4. We don't really have a whole lot of money this early, and we're probably not going to be getting a whole lot of charges for anything past level 4 for a while.
But we will get some because we have to take a Black Mage to level 25.
Looking at this board, I also see we have Poisoning the Wells, which is every runner's favorite tile. Requires you to have at least one of your party members be poisoned, and then visit the wells in each of Canaria, Onrek, and Melmond. And note that is a well and not a fountain. If you need an infographic, there is infographic in the co-op channel in the Discord.
Requires you to sing the song of my people. What? Okay, now I've got the question on a tile. What is Traitorous Minion?
Traitorous Minion is use an item found in Earth Cave during the Lich 1 fight. At least one of these boxes has to have either a piece of gear or a potion. So essentially, using an item from your inventory, a heal, a pure, something along that line, during the Lich 1 fight. Something that you have found inside of Earth Cave specifically.
Okay. Shroom's gonna get these chests here in Mirage.
I missed what was inside of Volcano.
I did too.
We're gonna get a look here. What's that? Ice Cave from Thanar.
It's Matoya.
Okay. No crystal just yet. We will get another look here at what's at Volcano. I don't think NUKE Kid's stuck around very long, so it's probably not something too important.
Probably not something, either not something very good or something that's not really particularly doable right now.
Cardia. Which, funny enough, also has a well inside of it. This specific Cardia does.
Yes.
But that does not count for the Poisoning the Wells.
Yeah, but it's also not required for Poison the Wells.
Yeah. Not yet, at least. Potentially for future bingo tournaments. We'll see.
Those shadows with NUKE.
Ouch. Okay, Elfland Town at Crescent Lake. I don't recall anyone walking through this, but we do have an item shop here that we could take a peek in, see if potentially something is hidden in here. Now, it can't be a piece of movement or overworld item like the canal, the ship, but it could be some kind of key item. Nope, no key items here. So we are
Fire
looking
two
for that.
stick.
Well, that's nice to have.
Oh,
We are certainly looking for that loose item. Be it
temper stick.
Oh, that is a nice find. I do like a good temper stick.
And Shum has gotten the robots in Mirage, which means that he only has to still get the robots in Sky.
That makes sense. If you're already climbing up there, you might as well just talk to them. Oh, there's our first loose crystal out of Ice Cave. And we do know where Matoya is at. So that will give us some form of progression here.
That should give us some form of progression, yes.
Until we find out that the ship is in the crack inside of C.
And Luffy finds those NUKE shadows.
Yeah. I don't see those two chests getting picked up anytime soon.
Let me rephrase that. Ambushing NUKE shadows.
It's going to be very, very interesting if the ship ends up landing in one of those two chests.
Mwahaha. That would be deliciously evil.
Wouldn't it, though? It's okay. The game is going to be gentle to them and just give them the ship here at Matoya. Okay, we only have, what, 5 more chests that we can potentially access here in Sea Shrine, or in Ice Cave. Fog 2 Geists with Cure 4 Ghosts.
And there's the ship. There's the
See?
ship at Matoya.
See, the seed's not going to be that mean. But that does put Headless Chocobros slightly in the lead here with the access to their airboat.
Except they don't have the floater.
Oh, did they not find the floater?
Don't believe it's not on the tracker. I don't believe they've gotten the floater. And while that gives me a nice segue to shout out our restreamer Darkmoon and our tracker Giganaut. Thank you guys for making us look like we know what we're talking about.
I never know what I'm talking about. It's all a ruse. No floater in the inventory. Interesting.
So I would rate Nuke Kids as slightly ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the crystal. Knowing where Matoya is, and with Matoya giving the ship, which turns into the airboat.
Airboat, best boat.
And Darkmoon's co-op partner Zenobian in chat taking pot shots at our restreamer. Let's see, where is that ban key?
See, Knitting Ram's got the idea here. Let's watch the other runners perform and see how they strategize and dissect these seeds.
It's strategery. Meanwhile, Shum going over, gonna pick up that airboat. Airboat get. And that's almost a max XP box, too.
Oh, those are juicy.
7576.
That was quite a bit of experience out of boxes there, actually. And almost 20K on that floor alone. All right, so Headless Chocobros back into Seashine, realizing that they have missed a loose item here somewhere.
Luffy, by the way, is not cleansing poison, which suggests to me that he is singing the song of his people and going to do poisoning the wells. And crashes his airship into a town.
Luffy talking to the well. That's one well down. Yeah, where boat? That's a good question. So, because the river system between Ice Cave and Volcano did not technically exist in the vanilla game, the logic of the randomizer will put the ship in the closest accessible dock in the inner sea. And because Ice Cave is the location where we found the ship spawns at Provoca. There's an infographic on the wiki that lists out where all the ship placements are. Some of them can be a little confusing. Like, for me personally, when I get the ship out of Astos' castle, I tend to always go to the docks that are between Dwarf Cave and Toph, and am disappointed every time that it does not exist there because it spawns at Elfland.
Because it can't spawn there. The only time it can spawn there is if you get the ship at Dwarves.
Yep.
Oh, Luffy, I would while you're here, I would go up and do that save in the...
Well, we're focusing on finding that final well.
Which has to be either at Lefane entrance or Gaia entrance, and it's at Lefane entrance. And that is the well. Oh, we found Garland. We found Garland and punched him out.
We also found Sarda holding on to our vanilla rod.
And we've got a Marsh.
Marsh does have an incentive item, so that is worth looking into.
It looks like Luffy maybe... Oh, there's the other well. Ro8.
No, it's only three. It's only 3 wells. 1 well in each of the towns.
It's all wells.
Oh, it does say inspect all wells in 3 different towns. Huh, today I learned. Boy, this is the worst tile in the history of bingo, isn't it?
It's one of them. Yeah, someone should almost certainly tell Luffy that he needs to... that they need to unlight that tile. And Earth Cave is volcano. Floater was in mermaids. Thank you, Giganauts.
I did just review the footage, and it does look like Luffy used the pure potion and then talked to the fourth well. I'm gonna review the footage one more time just to make sure. We walked in, we talked to a well, we walked around a bit. We stopped, we're pausing between the shops, we're using a pure potion, and wondering about some more. So yeah. I'm gonna check and make sure. Oh, why did it do that? Yeah, and they did only have one party member poisoned at that time. Yeah, so the procedure was walk into town, do the right well, walk around, cure the poison, and then go inspect the left well. And I will clip it here for you as well. Yep, and then saved outside of town.
And we've got Luffy in Temple of Fiends, which is somewhere. It looks like it may be Vanilla Temple of Fiends. That's a ribbon. We need to get a ribbon and then sell it. Meanwhile, Franklin going up and saving in the lake. Ooh, that's an Aegis shield. That's a really great weapon. That's a really great shield for that fighter. Once they promote, and we have a tail. And a canal. Not that the canal is really useful. Because we don't have putt-putt. Because we don't have putt-putt boat race. Okay, putt-putt boat tour. And Shoom goes ahead and promotes. It's not going to do the. It's not going to do stop dragging my heart around yet, which I don't blame him. Go out and heal up first. And Princess with Ruse Stick, which, you know, I don't mind. I never mind seeing Ruse Stick.
Yeah, Roostic is a very nice find.
Frosties with Ice too. We're not uncommon to see that. They're also not exceptionally thick.
Zenobia in chat pointing out that that's the second seed today where the Roostic landed on the Princess.
And that's a cube. That's a cube from Astos.
Oh, cube's a nice find. We can go adventure further into Sky Palace. Yeah, I was nice enough to place the Roostics in easy access locations. I know how these final bosses can be.
That is Poison the Wells on Headless Chocobros side. Okay, what is that calibration?
Calibration is start in the center of the map at Canary Castle, go all the way left until you wrap around, and then do the same thing north and south until you wrap around.
Ah, okay. So in other words, show that the world is in fact a torus.
Yes.
Lit 2 shirt. And there's that tail over on Headless Chocobros side. Uh-oh. That fight doesn't look good. Anything with catmen or man-cats just automatically makes me nervous. Now Luffy going to redo Poison the Wells. They and are working their way through ordeals. The ordeals pillar maze.
Sorry, I apologize. I'm watching some footage at the moment.
No worries. Meanwhile, Luffy's going to get that cube from Astos. And Shoom is going after Stop Dragging My Heart Around. Which, that is a teal 1, so if you wanted to, if you had the tile that requires you to kill teal with Bane, that is a valid place to do it. I will say the implementation of bingo I've always enjoyed watching was double anti-bingo. And the idea of double anti-bingo is that you choose a bingo for your opponent to have to complete, and then your opponent completes one of their choice. And that is a fiend down on the Headless Chocobros side with doll parts. And Luffy looks like making a beeline for this awful, awful tile. The awful, awful Through the Fire and Flames tile. And is doing it the way I would probably do it, which is systematically. Yes. Good so far. Sorry, I am watching this to make sure Luffy did not get the bottom tile on that row. There we go.
That's a hard thing to map out for sure.
Yes. He did get all of them on that. That is awful. I think that tile is worse. I think that tile is worse than poisoning the wells.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
I think Through the Fire and Flames is worse than poisoning the wells.
Yeah, that's a big floor to have to dissect where
everything is.
And have to remember where you've walked after getting an encounter.
That's why you almost have to do it systematically. There's a chime. I don't think we actually saw which one was chime locked.
No,
Which
I don't think we
entrance
did.
was chime locked?
Yeah, I don't think we did see a bonk, as far as I'm aware. Now, curiosity has me wondering. So the Onrak Sea Shrine entrance, where the submarine is
Or
considered a dungeon entrance. Is it possible for that to be chime locked?
I don't know. I have
I
no
know,
idea.
right? That's one of those things that, like, probably not, but also.
But it wasn't. But it wasn't in this seed because we've been down there. We've been down there before we got the chime, and it was dwarves.
It's just one of those things that, like, I don't know exactly how the game is programmed, and I've seen enough weird things to know that things like that are possible to exist. Now, I don't know if that's something coded in, but it is technically a dungeon entrance, and it does the what's the word? The flag does state
Dungeon entrance. Wait, is it dungeon entrance or overworld entrance?
it just says entrance. But some other dungeon, cave, or castle will be impossible to enter without the chime. So it does say dungeon in the text, but I also don't know if that's how that works. You know, there's those things. I mean, I'm sure before this morning's race, there were a lot of people questioning about. Well, I don't know if anybody was thinking about it, but we got the answer this morning for if Titans is chime locked. Is both entrances chime locked, or is it just the one?
And the answer to that is yes.
Yeah,
It's
the answer, both will be chime locked.
And you haven't yet, Luffy. You haven't yet visited every room on Carry 1. Now you have. Not gonna fuss about it.
We were on the way there.
And confusing carry is a requirement, so we're gonna make sure we get that done. There we go. Confused. And meanwhile, Franklin through Sharknado floor, onto Kraken floor.
Where is Brack sitting at? Level 4?
Level 6.
Okay. I mean, it could be worse.
Needs a few more charges.
Oh, Thanar has a ribbon in their inventory. I did not see that.
Yes, there was one in one of the... hey, we got lazy dwarves.
and giving us Slad for the trouble.
You love to see it. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Shoom checking out Lich's. That's a Masa. It's a Masa with a plus on it. It's a scary fight, but that is definitely a Masa with a plus on it. A +4. And Shoom about to head into Lich. Definitely somewhere you can do doll parts. Especially with the Masa +4. Delicious cake.
Vorpal +5.
So almost usable.
Yeah, we don't have a Chaos as a final boss either, so it's not like almost required to have.
It's not like
but-
we need the super high crit.
Well, yes and no. The bosses are scaled up to 200, plus they do have up to 350% HP as well. So, not necessarily required, but could be useful.
Could be useful, but we also have a Masa +4.
Well, one team has a Masa +4, right?
Well, yeah, one team has a Masa +4.
And I think the other team is the one that found the Vorpal, so...
Yes, but you're still likely to check the Lich's closet. And Luffy is on his way down to get that Masa. So let me ask you, Macklin, who do you think is now sitting ahead? That's where that ribbon was. It was in Ordeals.
Well, Nuke Kids do have the key and the loot, plus they have 2 orbs lit. So I would say that they are strongly in the lead at the moment. They also, if I can count tiles, we're at...
They have 3 more. They have 3 more tiles lit than Chocobros.
Yeah, then I would strongly put Nuke Kids in the lead here. That's Luffy picking up the Masa as well.
Yep. Because of course you want to pick up that Masa.
Well, I don't know if that's been called out, but a fast stick picked up.
I missed that.
It's the quote-unquote free chest inside a volcano.
Oh, the one on the beginning of Armory.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a real good find.
Yeah, I don't know that we've seen fast.
I don't know that we've seen fast. Also, which suggests it may be at Gaia.
That's where you found a fast shirt in your last practice.
Oh.
Yeah, so the thing about randomized is it's not always so randomized, is it, huh?
No, not always. And there is Temple of Fiends. Temple of Fiends at Ordeals.
Yeah, Luffy wanting to come in here and do that first so that they can go pick up the roost stick from the princess at some point before actually diving into the final dungeon.
Yes. Because having ruse for that final dungeon is a really good thing.
Yeah,
that's an X-Cal.
Oh, where did we find an X-Cal at? In Volcano?
Toph locked. Toph locks double.
Ooh, interesting. That's not a chest I think many would grab.
No.
Especially if we have already found all of our loose items at this point, which I assume that we have. I'll be honest, I have not paid enough attention to know if we have found all of our loose items or not yet. It's only a neutral Excalibur, but it's still an X-Cal.
It's still an X-Cal.
Yeah, it can still do quite a bit of work to the Fiends.
It makes me wonder what Luffy's looking for. Maybe another ribbon.
Potentially, we do have the sell a ribbon and then save, which Feanor does have a ribbon. I assume that Franklin also has that ribbon, or at least they know of the existence of that ribbon. But it does make sense to hold on to that ribbon until you absolutely need to get rid of it, which would be before the final push into Topher. Just as added precaution, because as you gain the levels, you're going to gain the MDef, you're going to gain the defense against the magics, but yeah, I would almost want a second ribbon before I sold the first one.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, and I don't know how. Excuse me. I don't know how far into the seed I would dig to find the second ribbon. If we have wall at an early enough level, I could potentially see just relying on wall strats. But yeah, a second ribbon where you are forced to sell one, it just feels like it would be a good idea.
Trying to figure out what Luffy was doing there in the burning encounters there by Ordeals. Was he maybe looking for a lizard? Maybe looking for Saria or something?
We do have defeat the different lizards tile.
That's a Saber Bonk.
So yeah, that is all of our items. So there are no loose. Well, I assume that they've picked up the Vorpal. Maybe not. At least for us, that is all items known.
Yeah, we at least are in no mode.
Yeah. Yeah, if I had to guess what Luffy was doing there by Ordeals was trying to hunt out a Soria to mark off that one tile. So it's defeat 3 different types of lizards or 12 total lizards. And that's the what's going to be the iguana, the agama, and the Soria are the 3 lizards.
And since they don't come in big packs, 3 different types is usually the way you want to go on that.
Correct. Now you can get lucky and possibly find packs of them inside of Topher later on the earth floor and on the fire floor. But I don't know that I would want to be relying on that kind of RNG just to make those appear.
Yeah. Zoom and Luffy both climbing up Mirage.
But it's always nice to find your bridge at an hour into the seed. But finding the loot right next to it in a random box is probably the better prize there, for sure.
Yeah, maybe just a touch.
Being a required item and all, you know. So now Chocobros needs to find the cube and the key at bare minimum. We do not have any kind of thief lockpicking in these flags, so key is a required item because our Lord and Savior Nasir, for some reason, decided that we needed the key to get through the Topher doors. No one knows why, but it's a thing. I almost wonder if the additional key lock doors was either a like a oops typo. I typed in a 1 when I meant to type in a 4, or it also comes down to memory of the RAM of the game, where maybe there's only enough space for so many regular doors that some doors had to have the requirement of the Mystic Key.
I don't know. That's actually an excellent question. And maybe one that our devs can answer.
I'm sure someone out there knows the answer. It's definitely not me, though. I just have speculations.
Luffy about to talk to the robot at the top of Mirage and warp his way to Sky. Do you think Luffy is going to take out a war chicken?
That is a good question. It is a required tile.
It is a required tile, but it could just as easily be Shum that does it.
Yeah, and I would almost bet that they're going to want to not have to traverse over each other's footsteps and have
Right.
Luffy at least attempt the robot chicken fight. That is another ribbon.
Yes, which makes it a lot safer to sell that first one.
Could also make this Warmech fight a little bit easier.
It could.
I was hoping for another ribbon to be right next to it too, just for the walls.
And Shoom heading down C, heading down Kraken side C.
Yeah, and this will be both runners on that team attempting the final two fiends to unlock Toe for them. They do still have quite a bit of tiles to light up here. It looks like at least two of them will be more than likely be done here while we are traversing these dungeons. Defeat Kraken with Brack, talk to all the robots in Sky Mirage, defeat the Warmech. So it looks like we're gonna need to fill up someone is gonna have to fill up all of the spell slots in their inventory, and then go use a spell of each
Every
level
level.
1 through 8. Yes. Which I've got to say is a little hard to keep track of early on. Almost feels like one of those things where you just kind of just go do it all at once, just to be sure that you've done it. I did notice a key being picked up from Thanar in Marsh Cave, so Chocobros just looking for that cube, which our wonderful tracker Gigonaut has notes for us telling us that the cube was located in Astos. So they'll need to find a crown as well, which
yes,
we're unsure.
I thought both. No, I guess Thanar doesn't have the cube. I guess Chocobros do not have the cube yet.
Here's the crown.
There's the crown.
Canary locked. Okay. I was just thinking that I don't think there's much else that the Chocobros could be looking into to finding an item at. So, yeah. All right. So, Luffy has lit the air orb, but looks like we're taking a walk back across the Bridge of Destiny.
For Warmech.
Looking to go find that Warmech, yeah. Warmech does exist inside of the Sky Maze. So that is where we will find our Warmech to kill. Hopefully.
So it is patrolling Warmech.
Yes. We didn't see it on the way up, so now it's a matter of figuring out exactly where this Warmech has located itself at. And that is all orbs lit for the NUKE kids.
Yes. With a brackened Kraken. Did I see that Warmech on Luffy's screen?
Nope.
I did not. Wouldn't it be funny if Luffy spends a whole lot of time looking for that Warmech and the boss is Warmech? And, well, no, you can't because you can't pull Chaos until you have all the squares lit.
Correct. The tile does also ask for Warmech patrolling on Sky 4, find him and kill him. We're having a bit of a time attempting to find this war mech. It does
Yes,
exist.
just a little bit.
Feels like we're getting a little lost here.
Yes, it does.
Ring around the rosy.
Yeah.
I've seen we got a saber bonk, so we know where our saber bonk is at for the Chocobros. Let's see, what else do they need to do? They need to complete their black mage to 25. I know I believe Franklin I saw talking to everyone inside of Crescent Lake. So walkie-talkie should be probably marked off here soon if they remember. Oh, Thanar selling off the ribbon to mark off that. Also hasn't marked off talked to all the robots in Mirage and Sky yet. There we have finally found the ever elusive
war chicken. Bagok.
No robot chicken sprite. For shame.
And Thanar going to get that cube.
Okay, it looks like they also need to be finding the zombies, as well as making a dive for a Kraken with Breck.
So both teams still need to get the lizards,
As well as the dragon packs.
Oh, I think Shum is getting Agamas on carry 2 floor.
Yeah, and that makes sense actually. They're I think one of 3 encounter types that you can find on this floor. Nothing in the rules say that you can't come into Toph without the tiles lit. You just cannot attempt the chaos fight until all the tiles are lit. So looking for the grinds in here, not a bad idea. Oh, 4 encounter types. We have fires, fire dragons, agamas, and grey worms, I believe are the types that we can find up here.
Yes, it's in case you okay, you can't finish the chaos fight. In case you have to farm it for skills or spells.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Now Luffy has defeated a war chicken. I suspect we're going to see, once all 24 spell slots are filled, that we're going to see Luffy cast one of each. Oh, and Franklin looks like maybe farming zombies in ice.
Oh yeah, there was that. There was a tile there in ice somewhere that had zombies on it.
Missed the robot on Mirage 1. So that's lit all robots in Mirage Sky. And Luffy's gonna go and do those dragons.
Yeah, potentially a nice grind here. Hopefully we don't run into Tia too early in the encounter table here. Level 32 though across the board, pretty decent.
Yeah, I'd be less afraid of Tia at that point.
I think it'd be more annoying to locate it because it doesn't count for dragon fights. It specifically has to be one of the. Oh no, not this one. I was thinking the dragon tile itself. This is take 5 consecutive fights, so we could take
consecutive fights. Tia counts.
I was thinking of the defeat 12 dragons, which specifically states one of the elemental typing dragons, the Frosties, the Greendies, the Zombies, the Blues, and the
Reds.
Yeah, Reds. I knew there was another one.
And Luffy, oh, those Gasties. Love to see Gasties. Especially love to see them in multiples. Because they are a ton of XP.
It looked like there was only 2, though, in that encounter, right?
There were only 2 in that particular encounter.
That's sad.
And that's got dragging my heart around.
I say finding 4 Gasties off the hard reset going in there, very nice grind potential, but not today. Yes, that is true. That is true. It's only good if the starting walk is not too long. Yes. Which, my understanding of Hall of Dragons, it has the increased encounter table.
It has the highest encounter rate.
Yeah, it's on par with the Bridge of Destiny. So, which can affect the steps on the step table there for the encounters. Question in chat, who thought up the sell a ribbon then save? Who knows? Some sadist.
Yes, I'd like to know who thought of that. I'd like to speak with who it is.
You'll be happy to know there's also, which we didn't include it in this board, but throw the Masa out of the sky. And we also have dunk a legendary sword on the bottle fairy. So there are some interesting tiles out there that do still exist.
And Luffy saving
Oh, a ribbon. That's the third ribbon. That was inside of the validation chest there in Topher.
Nice. Meanwhile, Shum is taking more fights in validation room. And there's some more Agamas down there on Shum's side. Meanwhile, Franklin is trying to take out a Kraken. Franklin, you should be bracking this. There we go.
I missed what turn and what slot the brack landed for Shum.
I also missed.
Yeah. I don't think it was too far into the fight. But
I don't think it was.
I think we might have ran out of bracks there. So we're just going to reset and redive and attempt a different slot. Which makes sense to do. Shum's still working tirelessly on these Agamas to get the 12 lizards.
Yep.
Luffy combining the Ales Flight School. Oh, I thought we were doing calibration at the same time. Maybe we did that already.
Thanar taking on a War Chicken with the actual War Chicken sprite.
That is a lovely sprite.
We have some of the best devs. If you have been enjoying this race, join the Discord. It's one of the most welcoming communities on the interwebs. It is a whole lot of fun.
Alright, there's our final lizard for Shum. Also picking up that ribbon.
Now Luffy's going to finish filling up those spell slots.
It looks like we only need one more spell slot, and it's for the White Mage. So we're going to pick up Exit, which I guess don't really need that anymore. Would have been nice to have early on in the game, but you know how the game works.
Yeah, stuff you need early doesn't come in till late, and stuff you need late, stuff you want to find late, you get right off the bat.
Yeah. So now we're just going to have to use a spell from each slot here, and then Team NUKE Kids will have the board cleared and be ready to take on
Chaos. Meanwhile, Franklin is continuing to try to bracken that Kraken.
All right, suggestions out in chat what our final boss is going to be. It's an alternate fiend.
Oh. I wanna
Could be
see
the
either-
Double Dragons. Could be the Fun Dead pack. We could have the Sahagan Wagon, the Snake Pit. We could have War Mech and Friends, or we could have Whack a Garland.
I'd like to see either Warmack and Friends or the Fun Dead.
I'm gonna call it for the Savaging Wagon. It is pretty savaging. The Sahagan Wagon and the Snake Pit both have a version 1 and version 2 of the Fiends, as well as a whole other army of minions with them. Kraken 1, Kraken 2, and some Sahags. Tia 1, Tia 2, and some Snakes. We have, for Fun Dead, we have 2 buffed Lich 2s, as well as 4 Phantoms, which is
That's
always
just
fun.
an awful, awful fight.
Don't believe I've seen a Whack a Garland, so that could be an interesting one. It's not as
That's challenging.
yeah, because you just throw a nuke out and Garland typically goes down, and then you have chaos left, and then it's just a chaos fight. But
We've got spells from each level, 1 through 8. Team Nuke kids. Luffy going in for the final dive, the final Toph dive.
yeah, we're gonna get some information for our teammate here. Hopefully, be able to relay some very nice information on what these fiends do. We do have set RNG, which means that these fiends will do the exact same thing every single turn, every battle that we face them in. So if we see Lich with nuke on turn 1, Lich will always have nuke on turn 1. Now, the only thing that may change is if a fiend punches and we have fewer party members than a full set. It could depend.
Then it may change where the punch lands.
Exactly. Set RNG also can affect the spells. So, like we were mentioning with the Kraken fight, if you've tried Brack on turn 1 through 4 in slot 4 and it's just not hitting, potentially move it to slot 2, and you might get it on turn 1. Okay, so Headless Chocobros catching up here. Have all of their fiends, all of their items. Have, 4 more tiles to light up. Our lizards, our spells, and our dragon fights. Which looks like Franklin is working on the dragon fights now. I would assume Theanar is heading to fill up on spell slots, and then they're going to be having to locate those lizards.
Which, I mean, I think Shum showed the smartest way of doing that, which is to go down to carry 2.
Yeah. The Lich floor can also potentially have Saurias. So we could find Saurias, and then we could find lizards or Agamas on carry floor. So there's 2 locations there that we could find them at. Gonna have to dig through scripts though.
The other advantage of doing the Lich, of doing it in the carry 2 floor, is that you get that Lich 1 information you can pass along.
Right.
And Franklin Franklin gonna finish up that dragon tile. Meanwhile, Kraken 2 being Kraken 2. Punching for a lot of damage.
Yeah, Kraken doing Kraken things. Not surprising.
And Sparkle Pack. That Sparkle Pack is the usual challenge. But Life 2 is a beautiful thing. There's Tia 2.
Leading off with Zap, but it's okay. Zap not working, and we're pretty decent leveled. Plus we have ribbons.
2 of them.
Which I assume is on the Knight and the White Mage.
I would assume so.
That's where I would have it.
That's where I'd put it too. I think Thanar is trying to figure out where to find lizards.
Yeah, that's a tough one to think of. Especially if you haven't seen the spike tile that has the Sorias or the Agamas on it. Or even, I believe there's a spike tile that has ogres and iguanas on it. So, like, they exist. It's just a matter of trying to find them. But we're not going to find them in the desert.
I think it might be giant and iguana.
Giant and iguana. Okay, that makes more sense, yeah.
Because it's one of the Vanilla Hall of Giants tiles.
Ah, I did not know that. Today I learned.
Well, I see it all the time when I'm playing my own seeds.
Gotcha.
And looking for that. What is your favorite grind tile? Party grind or solo grind? Well, actually, which one for each?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Party grind. Probably metal slimes. Unless I don't have Nuke or Fire 3, and then it would probably be the eyes. And then single party grind, obviously the eyes, or are we talking A-side or B-side tiles too? Because B-side tiles, party grind, definitely. I'd still say metal slimes for party grind. For individual grind, the eyes, obviously.
Ooh, it's Fun Dead. It's Fun Dead.
Speaking of eyes, we have 2 red eyes staring at us. And this fight does not always go so well.
If we have B-side... I'm with Woo Bear. Iron Goal's really nice to find, especially if they roll skinny.
Yeah, I forget about the iron goals being a thing. Fun fact, I believe the A-side tiles have the T-Rex listed, although it's not something that you find in the vanilla tiles in the game. It's just something that's available whenever you do A-side and B-side tiles. It's one of those weird tiles that exists that probably shouldn't exist.
The Fun Dead hitting like trucks.
Yeah, they are holding it to their namesake of being a fun dead thing.
Holding up to their namesake of wrong eye, wrong eye.
Yeah, those very high damage, lots of crits. Okay.
But most of those wrong eyes are gone.
Slowly whittling this fight down to nothing.
And as Zero in chat points out, those phantoms are 600 plus HP.
Yeah, we had 2 or 3 nukes and another 2 fades on it, I believe, and then some of them were still standing.
You're not going to find lizards in there, Thanar.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're just looking for a grind at this point. While their teammate goes and looks for the lizards and iguanas.
There's an iguana. Oof, there's Swirl.
Oh, I see what Franklin is doing.
What's Franklin doing?
We're saving, we're hard resetting in the water. We're going back and forth a few times.
Oh,
and then we're getting back out.
For an encounter.
Yep. Meanwhile, single G in chat for the Nuke Kids.
Yes, there is one finished. It is Luffy. And Shum about to take... Shum's getting close, because Shum's on Tia 2.
Yeah, I saw a few Brax coming out on Shum's side. Potentially trying to find that cheeky insta-kill there. Unsuccessful,
Yeah.
but does get the Quad X, which we've not mentioned. The power word threshold has been increased to 600, so that Quad X is a very handy spell to find.
The only thing I don't... We've got our lizards, it looks like. The only thing I don't like about doing that the way Franklin was doing it is it's only one lizard.
Yeah, it's a time-consuming thing. But I guess whenever you're down to, okay, they have the full board lit up, we're on our final tile, I have been able to find a lizard, let's take 12 lizard fights and go. I think I could understand that mentality.
I can understand it. I'd like to think I'd have the presence of mind to go for carry 2, to go for the carry 2 floor. But I don't know that I actually would. Meanwhile, Shum on the Fun Dead pack.
Yeah, trying to debate on what spells we want to use. Part of our party is down, so trying to decide, do we preemptively cast Life 2, Cure 4, or do we just go for the AoE spells to get rid of these phantoms? And that's the path it looks like we went for. Get rid of the phantoms. Those are the things that are going to cause the most damage, because the liches didn't look like they had anything like too damaging here. Blaze, which is whatever.
They have Swirl.
We had Swirl. Well, Swirl could be not fun. But they weren't leading off with like back-to-back nukes and nuclears, so it's not something to worry about directly.
Meanwhile, Shum is getting the tempers and fasts out. There's one lich down. Shum is down to 1.
Yeah, we have double fasted, so we have a fasted thief, a fasted fighter, we have a masa, and I thought we had an
and cake. GG, get your GGs out in chat. Shoom finishes off in style.
GG's to Nuke Kids. Well, it looks like Headless Chocobros are on the Kelly fight. Both of them.
Let's see if the Nuke Kids would like to come in to have an interview.
I'm sure they'll stroll in here any moment. They probably want to
take a moment and get a breath.
Probably release some stress there. Fun Dead Pack is not something you want to see as the final boss.
No, Fun Dead Pack and Warmech and Friends are probably the two worst final bosses you can see.
Oh, well, they moved to the waiting room, so I'm going to go ahead and pull them in.
Snake Pack can get gross, but not. GG to you, gentlemen.
Woo!
Thank you.
GG.
It was tough.
Yeah, for sure.
Fun Dead Pack is awful.
Yeah.
We knew we had it, 30 minutes ago? It was like, oh no, here it comes.
Yeah, we were looking for the lizard. Shoom was like, this is a lot of damage Lich 2 is taking. I'm like, oh, well, that's great. So, yay.
How did you find out you had Fun Dead Pack?
Lich 2 was very strong. Took a lot of damage.
It had more health than the 350%.
Yep.
Which I suppose isn't common knowledge now. Congratulations, everyone.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I knew about it, but it's probably not something that everybody does know about. The Lich 2 being a buffed version of the Fiend, and that is a telltale sign. Walking to Lich 2, and Lich 2's being like, no, I'm not going to let you roll over me. Not today.
Except when you zap him and cake him.
Right. Yeah,
I think Fun Dead and Warmech and Friends are probably the two worst alternate final bosses.
We've had some... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, if Garland rolls a script, you definitely don't want 8 of him.
We saw that. We saw
That's
Garland
fair.
with a script and a Garland whack-a-garland. I think that was a
Thunder, Garland with poison.
Thunder, poison. Yeah, it was not fun.
That's
I would say consistently Fun Dead is the worst, though, for sure.
Yeah. I say that's that version of Garland and Friends, or Chaos and Friends, or whatever. That's not something I haven't thought about. Garland having a nasty script, because you typically just roll over Garland at the beginning of the game. So you just throw out a nuke and a fade, and all the Garlands disappear, right?
Normally.
Yeah, when you see him with a Fiend 2 spell on your initial roll into Toph, though, you're like, oh no.
Yeah. When he leads with Thunder, you're like, oh, this is bad. Where did they find a fast item? I'm so jealous.
The free chest in Volcano?
Yes.
Of course it was. I found a dragon armor.
Yes, you did.
I think you both had the temper stick as well.
Yeah, we communicated that to each other pretty early on.
Yeah, Franklin gets away from that Sparkle Pack.
They ambushed me.
Yeah, they did.
Look.
Kraken 2 with Nuke. Which is just kind of disgusting.
Yeah, so what did you guys think about the bingo board itself? It didn't look like there was too many difficult tiles. A lot of tedious hunt down this enemy or find this location or grab all of these spells kind of thing?
It's interesting because at a first glance, like the bingo board, even in the time-wasting components, doesn't seem that outrageous, but where the items forced you to go in between all of these, it created quite a web. It was just it was interesting to navigate.
Yeah, we had to double back on each other a couple times and switch up. Like, Shum was originally going to do the robots, and then we switched it up because I had the ability to kill Warmech and he didn't. So it was a tangled web of, like you said, just trying to communicate what we could to each other.
That sounds pretty accurate. Sometimes that's just how it rolls.
It should be that way, but no easy games.
Right. I did note that you all found all 3 ribbons.
Yes, and the Agamas in that box were absolutely hilarious.
They were Agamas, weren't they?
Yep,
Interesting.
They were.
In Temple of Fiends when we were looking for them, and I just happened to check that box because I was like, all right, you go leave, I'll find Agamas. And then he's like, okay, don't kill them. I'm like, well, I'm swinging, I can't help that. So, whoops.
And Thanar does find that iron goal that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, your grinding that you all did, mostly done in, well, Shum took quite a few fights in Toph on the carry floor, and it looked like Luffy took quite a few dragon fights, but other than that, I didn't quite notice where y'all grinded things out at. Was there a particular
consequence? No, it was a consequence of the board, right? Like we still had to find those things, so let's just sit in that area. I wanted the R-Hydras and the Gershark Wizzahag.
Yeah, me too. I never ended up getting to go back there because of everything we had to do. Like, by the time we were ready to take levels, we were like, what are we doing? Let's just kill, like, why aren't we killing fiends? And then by the time that was done, it was like, well, we're Temple of Fiends ready, and I'm like level 25. Like, all I need is a little bit more. So we just finishing out the board and doing a few things was, getting me there, which was fortunate.
Franklin pulls that fun dead pack.
Godspeed.
And
pausing for a moment.
Pauses for a moment to question his life choices.
Say a prayer and begin.
That extra fade on turn 1 really
yeah, that made all the difference, I think.
Interesting, we're going for Quake. I don't think that'll work on the fun deads and the phantoms, and the phantoms are really the things you want to worry about in this fight.
Yeah. Phantoms float, so
yeah. Man, they hit hard too.
They hit like trucks. Thanar is through Tia 2 and onto the fun dead. I mean, the good news is with set RNG, you know what you're going to see. Bad news is it doesn't help all that much.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to relay to your teammate, like, okay, the Phantoms took out this party member on the first turn, so, and maybe you have a caster that was able to cast Life 2 also at the end of the turn to pick up that party member, but things like that are definitely nice to be able to relay back and forth. It's just hard whenever the Phantoms just punch so hard.
Yeah, they are relentless.
435 hit HP off of a punch.
Oh, and that's a white.
And
for
that's a white
Thanar.
for Thanar. So that is you. That is you, Nuke Kids, on to the semifinals, is it not?
I guess so. This is a fairly small tournament, all
Yeah.
things considered. But yeah, I guess technically round 3.
Let me look at the take a look at the challenge. Yeah, it would be the semis. So we would get the matchup between Gedlov and previously untitled.
So that's Danny and Fizzle, or
Dark Moon and Zeno, I believe.
Dark Moon and Zeno.
Yep.
If Franklin's
Both.
able to like pick this party back up, but not be able to do too much otherwise, doesn't feel good.
No, it really doesn't.
Oh, and we are down to Man Mode Ninja, which is doing a really good job of evading things, but does not seem to have the oomph behind it to get things taken down.
And with those blazes and swirls, it looks like we may be having a DNF, which no shame in that.
Fun
No
dead.
shame in that when you've got Fun Dead. Fun Dead are awful.
Alright, I'm gonna pull these runners in from the waiting room as well. Welcome in, Chocobros.
Welcome in.
Valiant effort. Fun Dead just did the
They're
thing that Fun Dead
so
does.
mean.
They're very rough.
Yeah.
Why are they so mean?
Yeah. Relentless.
Ugh. Fun Dead and Warmech and Friends are probably the worst
Oh,
alternate final
absolutely.
bosses.
Absolutely. But hey, at least we made it to the end.
You guys played exceptionally well. Like we were not comfortable at all.
Yeah, no, I'm literally edge of the seat the whole night.
We were
Yeah,
constantly in range of maybe we can come back, maybe we can come back.
Oh no!
Although
they
by the
left
time that you
tiles.
guys, when it took you a while to win after the getting the last tile, I knew that Topher was going to be too difficult.
It was a rough Temple of Fiends. Yeah,
Yeah.
we kind of had a feeling about some of them. We were trying to seek out those stupid lizards like you guys were. They were just tough to find.
I came up with, we found them off the hard reset just on the way to Provoca in the swamp area.
The lizard.
But I
or
did
the,
to grind
iguana.
12 of them. I would hard reset, airboat into the sea, sail around a little bit to push through the encounter table, then go to land and get it.
Yeah, I said that there was a single iguana there if we wanted to take it. We're both like, I don't think we want to do that.
Yeah, I found the single iguana, and then for the giggles, I checked that trapped in set, a validation chest.
Same.
Double Agamas.
Yep, that's where I saw the Agamas. I screamed. I was like, we got him!
Double Agamas guarding a ribbon.
You're like, oh, we should have gone for the risky find the lizards and Toph play.
We were looking for
No,
the Agamas.
I did that. It took me,
Yeah.
I think it was like 13 encounters to find the
Yeah.
Agamas on carry floor.
Yep, they were deep. It was weird, the encounter table. Like I was looking for Sarias outside of ordeals, and it was like 5 straight encounters of catmen. Like that was all that was there. And then in Temple of Fiends, it was like 4 straight encounters of frost dragons, and the same thing in the Hall of Dragons. It was just really weird encounters.
I started looking around the Cardia Marsh for Asarias, then came to grind iguanas once Thanor found them.
tricky lizards.
Yep. It was a thing. Let's just call this a thing and move on from there.
This goes to show that you never know what bingo tile is going to be the awful one.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them you already know are going to be awful, like Through the Fire and Flames.
Yeah. The poison the well one was actually super easy in terms of the getting poisoned part.
Tonight.
Yeah, Nightmares
For
had
once, yeah.
poison touch, and I messed that up because I'd found the 3 wells, and then had used a pure before the 4th one, and then had to go back and got poisoned again, and then I went to all 4 wells again just to make sure.
Thankfully, missing the second well in on-rack, not realizing that was a requirement because I hadn't been called out on it before, wasn't that bad because I found off the hard reset into Sea Shrine, there's sea snakes that go and poison my knight first turn.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a consistent source of poison.
Yep, that was good. The Nightmares turn 2 would punch the knight in slot 2 and poison him. So I saw that in Waterfall.
Oh, I found it in Ice Cave, but
That's
then found
the first time I found
other
it.
things
Yep,
later.
that's the first time I found it. It was an Ice Cave, and then in Waterfall when I had to correct my mistake.
Oh, GG, Theonar, and Franklin.
What did you two do to get through Topher? Like, how high was your party comp?
We were both what, fighter, thief, white, black, right? And then I was level 35 on the fighter, the ninja, and the white mage, and the black mage I think was like 33.
Yeah, I think it was 33.
Okay, so a good 6 levels above us.
Yeah.
That I think is just experience with the co-op flag sets. They tend to be way overtuned, and you're like,
Yeah.
could I get through at 28? Maybe. Do I want to? Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
28 was enough to get to the Fun Dead, but it was not enough to take on the Fun Dead.
Like maybe you could have gotten fade nuke off turn 1 and kind of taken down the phantoms at that level, but I mean,
I made the mistake of trying to go for cake, and then both of my mages got taken out, and I was trying to get life back up the whole time so I could get fast off, and it fell apart. Could have had a better stand, but I wasn't going to win anyways.
You guys found the fast item. I didn't find that. I heard it was a free chest in Volcano.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course.
But GG's, you guys. Good luck with the rest of the bracket.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
GG's
been
to you guys
fun.
too. Definitely.
Well, would like to once again shout out Dark Moon and Giganaut, our restreamer and tracker, respectively. And I guess we can be on to final thoughts. Let's start with Shum.
I have the same final thoughts that I have every time. Thank you to the race crew for putting this together. I know that it was kind of last minute on a lot of you, so I appreciate you sticking it out for what was easily our longest game, even among practices.
Yeah.
And to our opponents, thank you for making it feel. This felt very, very much like a finals match. It was just very intense the whole way through. We were just, like I said before, edge of our seats, and so it was really fun playing with you guys. And I hope we can see you again next year when co-op runs around again. And we look forward to seeing who our opponents are, sure, and soon enough for round of 4.
And Luffy.
Yeah, same thoughts. Thank you, Dark Moon, for the restream, Giga for the tracking, DM and everybody, and Knucklin and everybody doing the comms, and chat for joining. Our opponents too. Like you guys put on a heck of a fight. Every time I thought the bingo board was looking like we were okay, you kept ticking off squares, and I was like, oh, we are not anywhere good. So, GG's to you two for putting on a heck of a match. And like Shum said, it felt like this felt like a deeper than a first round matchup. You know, you guys really played hard, and you know, look forward to hopefully doing this again at some point. So GG's to you guys, and looking forward to whoever we get next. Should be fun.
Thanar.
Thanks to, again, crew for backing us up so late. I know it's middle of the week, so I won't keep you long. But especially thanks to our opponents giving us, in victory being magnanimous and making us feel like, yes, we actually did good. Next year's our year, man. We're gonna win.
Franklin.
I want to say to all the people who are considering stepping out for a tournament, even one as intimidating as this one, this is probably one of the best tournaments to come into as a beginner and have a decent chance of winning, or at least putting on the pressure. Because we take here someone who self-graduated out of boot camp, someone who did the derby but didn't score very high. We worked together and we were able to put on the pressure. And the skills are just so different that as long as you have a partner that you can work really well with, you can get very far.
That is an excellent point, that co-op is not necessarily as much about each runner's individual skill as much as how well the runners work together. Macklin, final thoughts?
GG's to you guys tonight. Just put on a heck of a race. Looking forward to potentially seeing some of y'all in future matchups here. Do want to shout out to Giga for coming on track tonight, Dark Moon for putting on a restream, Game Stewart for hanging out in the booth with me tonight. It's been fun. We have some links in chat for those of you who are new to the community. If you want to pop into the Discord, say hi, lurk. Lurking is perfectly normal. It's perfectly fine. We have a lot of off-topic suggestion chats that you can kind of hang out and talk to. We have a new duck program that happens throughout the... we just finished it about a month ago, but the information is on the wiki, which is also a link in chat. So if you like what you saw, just come check us out, or you can also just grab the spectator role in the Discord and get pinged anytime that races show up, so that when the channel goes live for races. With that, I'll pass it back to DM to finish us out.
I want to thank you for mentioning the Duckling program. We did just have the Duckling Derby, but we do also have weekly newcomer-friendly seeds that are vetted and posted by our Duckling crew. Thank you again, Dark Moon, for restreaming, Giga for tracking. Thank you, Luffy and Shoom. Congratulations and good luck in the next round. Thank you, Thanar and Franklin. You did excellent. You did better than I'd do. Join the community. It's one of the best randomizer communities on the internet. Very welcoming, very friendly. Keep an eye out for future races. We've got Fall League coming up, which is always a blast. We usually have some sort of an event around the holiday season and then into winter tournament. Winter tournament's always fun. That is always our showcase event. Beyond that, on behalf of the whole team, on behalf of the whole community here and our team, Dark Moon, Giga, Macklin, I have been DM Stewart 1981. Good night, everybody.